Alright, Corey Angle here, January 31st, 22, another talking to myself video. I want to talk about how big oil and the politicians, they try to do away with all the competition, not just the Chinese-made solar panels, but the coal industry and also the nuclear power industry. You know, something that I think is of vital importance. When my hatred for the oil companies and how they control us, the regular people of America, the everyday Joes, the blue collar workers, the guys that live freaking paycheck to paycheck, they control us. The way they do it is they eliminate the competition. But at the same time, I get it. We still need oil, specifically for our national security. You know, in the media recently, they talk about opening up the strategic reserves to help combat the inflated price of oil, which is complete and total horseshit. The strategic reserves should just be used for the military, and that's it. For anybody that doesn't know, the strategic reserves, they're down south around Louisiana, in that area. They actually have created, I think in some instances, caverns, and they're underground, and this is where they store literally millions of gallons of oil. And I think this is of importance, especially to maintain our military. But at the same time, take a look at big oil's influence on our military and what they have done and how they've carried out legislation to carry out their agenda. They've pushed the legislation through lobbying. Nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered submarines, right? These things are super freaking important, man. You know, we want our men and women in uniform to have the best equipment out there, the safest equipment out there. From a strategic standpoint, you look at a carrier or a submarine, and these folks, they can stay out there and protect us without the worry of having to refuel, okay? So I think it was probably back in the 60s or 70s, the U.S. Navy actually had, I think, 5 cruisers that were nuclear powered. For people that aren't familiar with naval terms, a cruiser is a smaller ship than, say, an aircraft carrier or a battleship. But ultimately, interestingly enough, these cruisers, it was found to be too expensive to have nuclear powered cruisers. So what did they do? They converted these things over to freaking burn oil. Now think about that. If anybody that has a boat, you know how daggone expensive it is to run a boat, because boats get terrible gas mileage. It's actually gallons per mile is how they measure it, not miles per gallon. So that alone, in order to supply fuel for 5 cruisers to the U.S. Navy, think about how much money the oil companies are bringing in from that. But if they're nuclear powered, they don't have those customers, right? So me personally, whenever it comes to our U.S. freaking Navy, I believe they should be nuclear powered. I don't think these guys should ever have to sit and be vulnerable because they're running out of fuel or because they are refueling. You know, we've got to take care of these guys, and we've got to take care of our country, make sure we have the best freaking equipment, which kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier. You know, energy independence for the American average Joe. Put solar panels on your roof, save the freaking oil for the daggone military. God knows our jets need it, that burn kerosene or whatever the hell it is, jet fuel, JPL-1. There's still a need for oil. And I think it serves a vital importance to protect our country. The American people in their everyday lives don't need it. The oil companies need us to need it because we are their profits. They raise their prices on a whim. You gotta pay, sucker. I don't know. If anybody's listening, let me know what you think. Talk to you later.